really quick video looking at new schedules. If you saw our videos last week around alarm clock and chimes, I mentioned that we had some more exciting stuff coming on schedules. So really excited to give you the brief rundown. We are going to create some more videos of these showing some different functionality. So these schedules went live on the portal today. They went live on the site today. You'll see a category of LCD scheduler. These lighting control and scheduler categories we've tidied up there. But you'll see in this LCD scheduler, you'll see our whole current range of LCD schedulers. If you so the vacation lighting schedulers recorder's been out for a while. It's a great product. But what we've just added today, and I'm going to show you just really briefly, is we're going to add one of these schedulers. So what we wanted to do here was give a method of allowing you to set up a schedule for a variety of different purposes, and we wanted to give you the ability to let that schedule be edited by your users so that it can adapt in time, but we also wanted to give you tools to lock it down as well. So we've packaged these up initially as some specific use cases so that we can try and explain their use and how we anticipate the use. So these three products, the heating scheduler, lighting scheduler, and sprinkler scheduler, come out of the box and they have a fixed number of schedules. We've created 4 schedules, which allows you to do a kind of Monday to Friday or weekend mornings. These are all editable, but we've kind of set up a standard use case out of the box. They also give you some buttons up the top here so that your users can just recall any of these schedule events. And what are these things? So the schedules are a 7-day schedule, which are tied to an event in Crestron Home. The events are all nameable so that as the dealers you can set these things up in the back end, and we'll see, for example, on this one we've got heating on, heating off set up, and we're going to set up some different times for our heating on and heating off Mondays to Fridays versus the weekends. We've got an override where the user can keep the schedules running but just turn off the actions, the events that happen after them. And we've also got an event history page where you can look back and see what events have been run. We allow you to run the events from actions as well. There are some actions associated with the device, so we enable you to disable events and also to manually recall a schedule. So you'll see the difference of those in here. If I just quickly do that, you'll see that we get some feedback both on the device and on the tile, or on the home page if you desire. And in that tile, in the detail here, that event is going to be in our event history, so we can see where that happened. If the user wants to turn the heating off out with the schedule, they can override it and user set the heating off. And then we've got some controls over customization. We allow you as the dealer to work to decide what the page will be called, what the events will be called, what icons you're going to select for your different events. We've got a range of heating, and whether those events will be shown to the user. We then allow you some real granular control over what the user can change. You might have a really tied down schedule that you want to set up and not allow the user to change and just leave them the manual controls. Or you might have something that you actually want the user to be able to change the events that are associated with it. So once the settings are done, and for example, if I want to enable all of these events, I can enable all these events, set up my times, my days, etc. And I can then lock this out to the user so that the user doesn't have that control. They have the visibility of what's going on, and they can override. So we've got loads of granular controls. We think there's loads of different use cases. We will follow up with some more detailed videos showing off some different use cases. Obviously, the other ones in the range that are there are a lighting scheduler and a sprinkler scheduler. They all take the same form, and they all take the same form with some different icons and some slightly different uses patterns. This range will grow with a different number of different variants that you can add. One big thing to point out is that these devices, the products here are single licenses. So most of the licenses on our drivers range up until now have been site licenses, which means you can have as many of them as possible. What we've done with this one is we've brought the price down, and but the licensing is per driver on the system. So if you want multiple zones of heating, you will need a license per zone of that system. Looking forward to bringing you some more videos going through some other use case examples, but I thought I'd just bring you the release info right now. Thanks very much for watching.